This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV. We're at York Hall here for Joshua and the prize fighters. With me, I've got the best actor to ever come out of this country, Mr. Ray Winston.
That's a bit of a statement, isn't it?
It's a true statement, isn't it?
Well, I love you to death. Yeah.
Puts us on a good foot, Ray.
All right, I'll buy that one. I don't know about the best, there's a few about. Anyway, but we're here for the boxing.
We're here for the boxing tonight.
We don't want to talk about acting and films and all that. We want to talk about the fighters.
We want to talk about the fighters. You're going to be on ringside in a little while. That's the reason you're here today. Obviously, you've got a big boxing history with REPTON and everything.
And the York Hall. Yeah. Really, you know, one of the reasons I'm here tonight, not only to see the boxing, I mean, I love the fights, you know. But it's really, I'm representing REPTON Boxing Club tonight, you know. A club was formed about 128 years ago. An amateur club that subsidised itself. You know, amateur boxing clubs don't get subsidised by a government or anything like that. So it's the people, the local people that do that, who put up the money. So they've come up with an ingenious idea of actually selling the badge, the club badge, and promoting it as in clothing. Great clothing, you know, like Lonsdale, Dunay and Bro and all that, but making it kind of like fashionable, and that will help subsidise the club. It's done a bit of a deal on the royalties side of it, so that'll set a seed for the rest, you know, for the generations to come. Hopefully, if that takes off, and it'll support itself, because they ain't going to get no help from no one else, only the local people, as I said before. So I'm here to represent that, and it's my club. Boxing clubs like the REPTON that are all over the country. I mean, REPTON is probably one of the biggest, to be honest with you, perfectly honest with you, but clubs all over the country. Kids go to boxing clubs, learn how to box, but that's not the end of it, you know. Not everyone's going to be a champion, not everyone's going to turn pro, not everyone's going to take that up as a living. Some kids are lucky enough they don't have to, if they don't love it that much, but I think what it does, it sets your stall out for the rest of your life. You learn about meeting people from all different walks of life. You find a confidence within yourself to take on to whatever job, if you're lucky enough to have one in this day and age. Take that on with you and stand up and be counted in a way, you know. So I'm here to support amateur boxing, I'm here to support professional boxing, but I'm here to support the REPTON as well. And York Hall. I had 14, 15 fights here when I was a kid. Marky Newman over there, who's on the board of the REPTON. I think, how many fights do you have here, Mark?
Over about 10 or 11 years, about 40, 50.
40 or 50. He won one. He won one of them. I know that. Yeah.
Ray, what do you think the current state of British boxing is at the moment? It seems to be blossoming in the last couple of years, especially.
It's great. We've got some great. I mean, over the years we've had some great fighters come out of Sheffield and Manchester. Really good gyms, pro gyms up there, you know. But we're getting them down there as well. I don't know whether we've had so many champions, have we, over the years? If you think about it, we went through a stage in professional boxing where we didn't have a British champion in any weight. I can't remember what decade that was, but I seem to remember it. But now we seem to be turning them. I think, Glenn, when was you champion of the world?
89, 90.
Yeah, 89, 90. I mean, there weren't many around then, was there? No, British fighters who actually. Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, and now you can look at most weights and you'll have a contender in there. You know, and world champions. You know, you got FROCH boxing next weekend, I think.
Yeah, against Groves.
And we probably had one of our greatest world champions who retired a short while ago was Joe Kawasaki. I mean, you know, when there was good fighters in that way, it doesn't matter what anyone else says. He boxed and defended his title a hell of a lot of times and retired undefeated. So you've got to look at Joe Kawasaki and say, you know, probably pound for pound, you're probably one of the greatest champions ever to come out of this country. But there's more and more of these fighters coming through, you know. I think it's a good thing also that they've stopped using the head guard in the amateur game now, I think. I always found that more dangerous than anything else. You know, you've got a bigger target to hit. And, you know, so what? You get a cut eye. I'd rather have a cut eye than my brain shook around, you know. And I think that the head guard caused that, personally. It stopped you from seeing when punches were coming from the side. You had a bigger target for your opponent to hit. And if you watch the amateurs at the time, they stopped moving their head. You know, boxing's all about missing, making someone miss. But when you got a head guard on, they seem to feel they could walk through and it became a fight instead of a chess match. So I'm really pleased that stopped. And I think it's a safer way of going.
From the current British fighters, who do you like to watch, Ray?
I like to watch FROCH. I think, this is going to be a great fight. I think Groves, I hope he's not underestimated, Groves. I think Groves is a really good fighter. And FROCH, you know, for me, who's a blinding fighter, but gets very flat-footed at times and comes on square. And Groves can punch. So this ain't no walk in the park, this fight, you know. This kid's a good fighter, Groves. So having said, I hope it's going to be a great fight. I'm sure it will be. I wouldn't like to pick a winner out of them two. And it's great. You've got two British fighters that you can think
Fighting for a world title.
For a world title, you go, I don't know who's going to win that.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, one's a world champion, one wants to be a world champion. So I think that's the state of British boxing. That's pretty good, isn't it?
Anthony Joshua won a gold medal in the Olympics. Obviously makes third professional fight tonight. What have you made of him so far?
Well, you know, when I first saw him, I thought, he's very muscly. When I was a kid boxing, we weren't muscly. We were very loose. It was all about loose. You didn't do many weights. I didn't personally, anyway, as you can see. But I think that was the way, wasn't it? We didn't train with weight. And when I first saw Anthony, I thought he's as a pro, his first pro fight, I think he's built himself up very much like Frank Bruno. He looked really solid. And Frank, when he first started, I mean, to win a world title, Frank, I was so pleased for him because if anyone deserved to, he did, But he looked very muscle-bound when he first started, and he needed to loosen it up. And I thought, I hope this kid's not going to be the same. But he lets them go, doesn't he? And they go straight as a die. And if he hits you, you're going to go. Oh, he's got a lot to learn, But I think he looks a special act, doesn't he?
He does indeed. All right, just finally, Ray, film-wise, what are you working on at the moment?
I'm not. I'm unemployed at the moment.
Seriously, you're not working on
That's
any
why I'm
film?
here tonight. I'm skint.
Plug your next film if you want, Ray.
Well, I've got a thing coming on Moonfleet on January the 1st, I think it's on, for Sky, funny enough. And then I've got a film with Sean Penn coming out sometime next year called The Gunman. I think that speaks for itself. Well, that's going to be but it was great working with him. He's a good guy. Yeah, he likes his boxing. Told him all about the Repton and that. Drove him mad. But he's a good kid, so I enjoyed working on that. That was good fun.
Is there any chance of a Sexy Beast too?
I'd love to think so. I'm a bit old and fat by that now. My jaw's fat in that. So I think so. There's a new film out now that Jude Law's done. I think it's very similar on the same lines, and it's supposed to be a very, very good.
Are you in it?
No, I'm not in it.
It's not the same, is it?
No, well, but they're good actors in it. You got Jude's in it, and the same producer made Sexy Beast. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. It should be a good film.
All right, Ray, listen, thank you very much for talking to us.
Who are you?
My name's... I've met you before.
It's a kiss.
I've met you twice before, actually.
Bless you. Good luck. And a great night's boxing tonight, eh?
You won't forget me again, I promise you.
I promise you.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS with Ray Winston here at Your Call for IFL TV. Thank you very much.
Good luck, everyone.